Okay, so as you have probably noticed, I have been to a lot of festivals and places to get yarn this year. So when I bring the yarn home, though, usually I set it like on a table or something to, as you can see yarn in the background, to like appreciate it, I guess. And so then you kind of end up with a table of yarn. So today we are going to put new yarn skeins that I have collected into my yarn stash. Hello and welcome back to the Knit Like Oils YouTube channel. So today we are in the stash corner and we are going to add all of these new skeins to my yarn stash. So first let's do a little stash tour in case you have not seen it before. So I'll pull you over here and flip you around. Okay, so most of my yarn stash is fingering weight yarn, which makes it a little bit difficult to sort by like weight or anything. So usually at least the main skeins are sorted by color. So this top row is all just fingering weight skeins sorted kind of by color, like it flows from yellow to orangey, pink, blue, purple, and then the darker colors. This second row, this is what I call the exotic fiber bucket. So it has things like sea cell and buffalo and tinsel and cashmere, things like that. That's what that yarn content is. This is what I'm calling the inspirational skeins bucket or cubby hole that of things that I want to make this year. Maybe not this year anymore, but those are the inspirational skeins of things that are coming next. This one is the projects that are like up next on the docket to make. And this is the wound skeins. I feel like this just works better to have them all together instead of kind of falling out of all the cubby holes. And then this bottom row, these two are both sweater quantities. I used to never have sweater quantities, and this still doesn't feel like very many, but that's kind of what that has turned into. This half of this cubby right here is the solid colors, or as I call them solid. They're probably tonal in anyone else's definition. This half over here are the skeins I brought back from New York, and I just kind of like them living there together. And over here, this cubby down here is the only DK weight yarn I have. That's the heaviest weight yarn. And then we have moved all of the minis kind of to their own little section over here. So these are mini skein sets. These are sock sets. These are individual minis, and these are more individual minis over here. So that's kind of the lay of the land. So let's flip back around. And we are going to kind of put some of these skeins that I have acquired in the last few months into their new homes. Let's move it down a little bit so that you can see more of the bottom too. There we go. Okay. So, all right. You can't see the floor, but I have a whole bunch of skeins over here. Let's see if I can show you. So I have these bags, which have like 8 skeins in them each. And then there's ones all over the floor that have just kind of been acquired. So, okay. All right. So I think the first thing we need to do is move some of these things out of the to knit next one. So these are part of a sweater quantity also. So I'm going to move them down to the sweater quantity cubby. That'll give us a little bit of extra room. So these are from my club yarn, but they're not going to go in my fade. So they can just be sorted into the normal skeins, yarn skeins. That's what they're called. Okay, so this one, I still have a pair of socks in mind that I'm going to make with this. It's actually going to be a new free pattern, so we can keep that one there. Okay, these guys, these are actually a sweater quantity, so I accidentally got too many of these. So these will probably make a tank top or a sweater or something at some point, so we'll move them down here to the sweater quantities as well. That'll give us some extra room too. This is also club yarn, so we'll put that with the other. I mean, it doesn't really need to stay with all the club yarn. It could just kind of go into the into stash, because these are all from my Swift Reads Club this year from Maggie at Yarnacious. So this one I ordered from Salty Blonde, and it is called Afternoon Tea, and I got this one also. And I kind of think that they should go together, but I don't know what they should go together being yet. So maybe they should stay over here so that we can keep thinking about them. These two, I had an idea for a shawl, but then I ended up doing something else. So I think that maybe we can put these back to the drawing board. But I rarely ever have two skeins together. So I think that I'll put them down with the sweater quantities too, just to kind of keep them separate. Oh, these go with the stitch markers from my Swift Reads Club, and those go over there. So, okay, we kind of got this one cleaned out. The other thing I want to do is I'm going to move these. So these three together are going to be, what's it called? It's a light bright tea, which I saw right after I got these at Vogue last year, and I think they're going to be amazing. So I'm going to make these for Vogue Knitting Live this year in January, and but they can go into the sweater quantity cubby until I am ready to make that. That's in January. I should probably start that sooner than later, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so we'll kind of get that evened out too. All right. So let's see. There are a couple things that I want to move into this to be knit next cubby. This is one of them. These are skeins that I just got. Well, one of them I ordered in the mail, and this set I got at Flock. And they, I think, are going to be a plumeria tank top. I have this whole vision for it. It's either going to be really great or really insane, and that's okay. So we're going to go with it and see how it goes. But that's the plan, and so I think I'm going to leave those there so that I can keep thinking about that. This is a sock set that I got from Superglow for Sock Week, but I didn't end up making socks for Sock Week, so they can go over into this cubby over here. That is the sock sets. And then, okay, so the rest of these are going to be sorted into stash here in a minute. Let's see what else we have in here. Okay, so this bag is from my yarn store road trip I went on in June, and then this is my bag from Flock. So I know that there's another sweater quantity in here. So when did I end up with so many sweater quantities? Don't answer that. That's not a real question. Okay, so I got these 4 skeins are DK weight, and they are to make a tank top. And I love this tealy color from Farmer's Daughter. It's called Missoula, or Glacial Lake Missoula. I don't know, maybe that's the whole color name. Okay, so we can put these into the sweater quantity section. I kind of think that they match the colors over here better, and so I want to keep them with their friends. I think that that will kind of be aesthetically nicer than putting them with the gray blue ones over here. So we're gonna put them with the colorful skeins over here. And okay, so those are put away. Let's see. Okay, these are from Yarn Crawl Road Trip as well. Uh-oh, one of them popped open. Let's put it back before it gets too far out of sorts. There we go. Okay. Straighten it a little bit. There we go. All right. I kind of went on a Fiona K shopping spree one day. That's okay. These are all Fiona K. So, and then, so these two, well, so first started as this one. My sister picked this as what she wants something made of this year, probably for her Christmas or her birthday. They're both in December. And then as I was on the Yarn Crawl road trip, I got mystery bags, and this came out of it. And I'm like, what am I going to do with that? And I sent it to my sister, and I'm like, this is actually your color, isn't it? She's like, yeah, I love it. And I was like, oh, okay. So these two are probably going to make like a hat and cowl set. So I'm going to put these in the next to make bucket also. because, oh my gosh, those look like her. Those do not look like me. Okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So what else? These two, nope, not those two. These two, are from Plies and Hellhounds, and I am going to a retreat with her in November, and so I want to wear these together in a shawl. I want to make them into a shawl to wear. Yes, that is how those words work together. Okay, so that can go in the upcoming projects bucket. Okay, and then we have the look at these Katie yarns. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to put these in my stash. Okay, ready? So, okay, do they go in the inspirational skeins bucket? Do they go over here? Where do they go? Okay, I kind of think that they live up here on the spectrum of my stash. Yeah. Okay, so that one found its home pretty easily. So this one kind of runs the gamut a little bit of over here, and so, but the end of it, I would say, goes really nicely right here. So I think that we'll kind of let it live with its friends there. And then, okay, so my mom always tells me that all of my yarn stains start to look the same, and I tell her that they don't, and then I go to put them away, and they all kind of look the same. Don't tell her I said that, though. So, okay, this one is a little bit, like, bluer almost. So I kind of think that it goes with this skein here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, liking that vibe. And then, okay, where does the sock blank go? I don't know what the sock blank is going to be, but it was a sock blank and I had to get it. So I think it's going to go in the inspirational skeins section for now, because I think that's a really nice place for it to hang out. Perfect. Okay, so this one is kind of more of a greeny blue maybe? Yeah, and this section is getting really full. Apparently I need to knit with more blue yarn. So let's move the rainbow over a little bit and see if this maybe, it might go better under here. Maybe? I don't know. I'm not loving that. Okay. Let's see. But there might be... okay. That's not really vibing very well. So solid red, I don't usually have. So let's see. Maybe right here. Oh yeah, that kind of blends the orange into the pinky purple a little bit more. There we go. But this might need to go down one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I think I like that with the orange and then the kind of pull the red in. So this one does have the white I was seeing in this skein. So maybe we'll swap these guys and go like this. Yeah, okay. That's helpful. All right. So, okay. This is just flat out rainbow, which usually goes down here. Yep, perfect. It goes with the other yellow rainbows. Yeah, okay. So this is black rainbow, which usually, yep, perfect. Okay. This is bluey green rainbow, which should go here. Yeah, there we go. All right, perfect. Then, all right, more pinky orange. So pinky orange, that actually might be a really good transition up to this red. Okay, will work for now, I think. And then, okay, this is a sock set, but I think it might go in the future projects section because, so this is a sock set from Pastely Knits, and it's the Taylor Swift collection. Apparently it's called Miss Americana, and it's, I think this is called Tim McGraw though, and it's very like old school Taylor Swift, and I really need a shawl in it like now. So maybe we will put this here to remind us that that exists. I think that, so these two came in my Tri-Sheared Sheep summer box, and I think that I would like to use them together in some kind of a slip stitch shawl thing. And so I think that they can live together in the sweater quantities too. Maybe we need to modify the title of that to Sweater Quantities / Skeins that have friends. And I think that'll actually go perfect right there. So then, all right, we're just down to a couple. So this is white rainbow. This is basically confetti in a skein. Okay, so this one causes us some problems, doesn't it? This is I guess it's called a Jawbreaker. I don't even think this yarn company, it's from the Yarn Jar. I don't even think this company dies anymore. It was from Etsy lots of years ago. But I think this can go here. Yeah, there we go. Found some friends. Okay. But the yarn ball might need to go down here with the wound skeins because it's just causing some problems. Or, actually, it can go with its yellow friends. That actually will work great. Okay, so then we have pinkish green, which doesn't really, well, pinkish green, let's see here. Actually, that would go right in here with this one. If I can fit it in here, because this, nope, that's not going to work. Okay, that doesn't actually go. All right, so I actually think my sister might really like this color too. So maybe we put that with her section for now. I think that that actually will work nicely. This one, okay, so this is the green. I'm having a little bit of trouble fitting it in. Maybe we turn it this way. And then can go here maybe? All right, yeah, there we go. That kind of turns it in. All right. I think that's it. I think we got them all added. Okay, so do you need a new tour? Let's flip you back around. So let's do, okay. So we still got all the rainbow fades into each other here. Oh, I'm gonna say this one looks kind of out of place, but it's not new. It's always been there. Okay, and so then we kind of updated the upcoming projects and the inspirational skeins. Yes, those are much more of what projects I actually have coming up now. And then the wound skeins. Oh, look, we added sweater quantities. That's a lot of sweater quantities. Maybe someone should bake those into sweaters. These didn't change super much. And then we did add a socks set over here. And I think that that's about it. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this little stash tour and adding some new skeins. And I will be off on a new adventure soon and take you along with me. Talk to you soon.